Welcome to the Interstellar Sleep Archives. I am the Archivist, an individual with a name of no importance, a quiet traveler gathering bedtime stories from distant species, cultures, and civilizations across the galaxy in order to understand the hearts of those who dwell among the stars. Every culture teaches its children what matters most through stories told before sleep, tales that reveal the hidden values of a civilization. Some stories teach patience, some teach honor, others teach the quiet secrets of survival. Each night, the Archivist reveals a tale from the Interstellar Sleep Archives. Tonight's record from the archives is classified as Delta Quadrant Cultural Narratives, Subclassification Youth Instructional Tales. This entry comes from the Kazon. For cultural context, the Kazon are a people whose history was forged in the fire of rebellion and dominance. Since freeing themselves from Trabe oppression, they live in a sector with vast deserts. Water is scarce, so sects often raid each other for this precious resource. The Kazons are divided into roughly 18 sects. The Ogla and the Nistrim are amongst the largest sects. Kazon society values power and survival. They are an aggressive and hierarchical culture. To a young male Kazon, the most important milestone is the earning of their name, a title claimed through conquest or death. Without earning one's name in youth, a male Kazon is considered a govern. A govern is an outcast, a mature Kazon male who belongs to no sect. It is a fate worse than death. As such, among the Kazon, identity is a prize that must be seized. Interstellar Sleep Archives presents The Shadow of the Great Strike. Long ago, in a settlement of jagged iron and red stone carved into the side of a wind-swept canyon, lived a young boy named Elak. Elak was 12 cycles old, his body lean and his hands calloused from the rigors of life as a Kazon male. In the Ogla camp, every day consisted of training for battle and preparing for war. Elak spent his waking hours in the training pits of Tarak, the sacred moon where male Kazon youth learn the art of weaponry and the skills required to master the disruptor rifles and the blade. Elak trained hard, but Elak carried a heavy burden, the fear of becoming a govern. He had watched his peers earn their names, in life or in death, by defending water supplies, raiding small outposts, or setting off mines. He saw them return as Jal, their names spoken with pride by the first mage. Elak yearned to earn his name in battle. He dreamed of a great strike, a gesture so bold, so filled with valor, that his name would be etched into the hull of a Kazon carrier vessel. "I will not just be a soldier," Elak whispered to the desert wind. "I will be a legend, maybe the one who captures a Trabe commander. Or maybe I will be the one who brings the Federation starship, with all its technology, to its knees." He trained and trained, ignoring the smaller duties assigned to him. When he was told to guard the perimeter against sand shifters, he spent the time practicing complex sword maneuvers he had seen the elders use. When he was told to monitor the sensors for debris, he instead studied the tactical overlays of ancient battles, waiting for his big opportunity. One evening, the sirens of the Ogla camp wailed. A Nistrim raiding party had been spotted near the water extraction site, the Ogla's only source of clean water on the planet. This was it. The first Mage, a scarred warrior named Razik, summoned the fighters. "Elak!" Razik rumbled, his voice like grinding stones. "You will fly the rear flank of the Kazon fighter squadron. Your job is simple. Stay close to the transport and keep their scouts from clipping our engines." Elak felt a spark of fire in his blood, but also a twinge of disappointment. The rear flank? There was no glory in the rear. There was no great strike to be found in guarding a slow-moving transport. As the ships launched into the black, Elak's mind was already racing. He saw a Nistrim frigate in the distance, a massive ship that surely held the rival mage. "If I break formation," Elak thought, his heart pounding with the ambition to dominate, "I can dive beneath their shields. I can board the ship while the others are busy with the scouts. I will return with the Nistrim Mage as my prisoner. That is how I will earn my name." The battle began in a chaos of phaser fire and screaming engines. Elak's father, a veteran of 1,000 skirmishes, called out over the comms, "Elak, hold the line! 2 scouts are breaking for the transport!" But Elak didn't listen. He saw his big opportunity shimmering like a mirage. He pushed his engines to the red line, peeling away from the transport and racing toward the Nistrim frigate. He was focused entirely on the grand gesture, the boarding, the capture, the legends that would follow. He was so focused on the frigate that he didn't see the disruptor snare hidden in the debris field. His ship shuddered as the energy web contracted around his hull. He was trapped, a sitting target in the dark. From his cockpit, Elak watched in horror as the Nistrim scouts he was supposed to be guarding against tore into the Ogla transport. He saw his father's ship take a heavy hit while trying to cover the gap Elak had left. The battle was won by the Ogla, but the cost was high. The transport was crippled, and much of the precious water was lost to the vacuum. When the ships returned to the canyon, there was no celebration for Elak. He was pulled from his vessel and thrown to the red dust at Razik's feet. "I was going for the frigate," Elak stammered, his voice trembling. "I was going to win the war with one strike." Razik looked down at him, not with anger, but with a cold, devastating pity. "You looked for a throne and missed the wall you were ordered to guard," the Mage said. "Bravery is not a performance, Elak. Valor is the strength to do the small, hard thing when your kin needs you. Because you sought a name for yourself, you nearly condemned our sect to thirst or death." That night, while the members of the battle party, who followed orders and protected the camp from the Nistrim, reveled in their victory, Elak sat alone in the shadows. He reflected in the big gesture, realizing that he had looked so far at the horizon that he missed the ground beneath his feet. He also came to the realization that he understood why Govans lose a finger with every sect they encounter. Govans can't be trusted. The Mage had trusted him to bring up the rear, a crucial task for the operation to succeed. Elak vowed that from that moment on, he would follow all orders and commit fully to all assigned tasks, big and small. He will earn a reputation for being reliable and dependable while he worked towards earning his name. Elak realized that his name would not be earned in a single burst of light, but in the steady, quiet fire of discipline and respect. On that specific day, Elak didn't earn his name, but he learned that while ambition is the fuel of a warrior, it must be tempered by the readiness to serve the needs of the sect. Moreover, her learned to belong. And so, on desert moons beneath the light of ancient stars, young males Kazon fall asleep remembering that a name is a burden of honor, not just a trophy of pride. They learn that the greatest victory is found in the strategy and loyalty they show to their people. They dream of a future where their strength is the shield that guards the sect, and where every small act of bravery is written in the stars. Did you enjoy this bedtime story? If you did, great. Like and subscribe. If not, the Interstellar Sleep Archives contains many more tales, including stories from civilizations where the very idea of a name is a foreign concept. Some find their strength in the unity of a collective mind, while others believe that identity is a logic puzzle to be solved. And now, the Archivist seeks your guidance. Which civilization should we pull from the archives next? Should we explore the folly of the Prelors, the discipline of the Vorus, or perhaps the rituals of the Voth? Let me know in the comments, or follow me on Instagram to comment.